Have you ever wondered how CEOs can get so much done in a day? Everyone from Steve Jobs, Sundar Pichai of Google, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk. Elon Musk has been reported to work up to 20 hours in a day. And now I'm not saying that anyone should ever work that much. That is borderline psychopathic. But I am saying the ability that someone can actually pull that off is nothing short of remarkable. If you're a person that struggles with productivity and can't get anything done, you should probably take a lesson from one of these guys. This is a concept that I want to break down because, as I've mentioned in other videos, I have always had a problem with focusing and concentrating in the past, and it was pretty much only until I realized this pretty recently, I would say just within the last few months, that I've been able to really feel productive while also not working for 20 hours straight like these guys. And the reason I mention CEOs specifically is, firstly, think about how long they work, but also think about the types of decisions they make. They are making decisions that could cost the company billions of dollars. One wrong move could put the company bankrupt. Thousands or millions of people could lose their jobs. People could face lawsuits. The decisions that they make on an everyday basis is very, very extreme. So clearly you can learn something from these people. So you must be wondering, how are they able to actually work so long? So basically the equation of just being productive is two parts. The first part you already know that everyone does, which is just working hard in general, just hard work. The second part of being productive, or the second part of this equation, is called recovery. Recovery is so important for growth overall. Think about it. You might have even noticed this by going to the gym. The people that work out or try to work out 7 days a week usually have less gains than the people who just go 3 to 4 times a week but lift really heavy on those 4 days. When it comes to lifting, you actually realize that the whole point of going to the gym is simply to just tear the muscle. Where the muscle actually grows is in recovery, when you're sleeping, when you're just relaxing. That's when the muscle grows. People are trying to do 3-hour workouts when that's just so counterintuitive. That makes no sense. You want to just work out for just an hour at a time, because recovery is where you make the most amount of gains. The same thing goes for just mental or cognitive work. If you want to get more done, you need to emphasize recovery a lot more. The reason I'm making this video is that these CEOs specifically, these ones that I mentioned, do something very specific for recovery. When it comes to recovery, they don't just sit there scrolling on their phone, or they don't just randomly drive around or just listen to music. They do something quite different, and that's actually kind of primal to us as humans. And this something is called walking. Walking is just historically known to reduce stress, to boost your mood, and to also improve your cognitive abilities when it comes to just memory, learning, and focus. According to a Stanford study, walking actually boosts concentration by an average of 60%. A similar study found that just 12 minutes of walking increases attentiveness and boosts your mood. Literal reason for this is that walking increases blood flow, and that blood flow reaches your brain, reaches the certain areas of your brain that deal with all of these things. Even if you think all the Stanford studies, all of this is just complete bullshit, when is the last time you've actually deliberately gone for a walk, an actual walk? Now, I'm not saying you got off the couch, walked over to the fridge, or you're walking in the grocery store to go buy cookies. No, like, when is the last time you left the house, went on a mission of going on a walk, came back and said, that was absolutely terrible, I'm so regretful that I did that, I hate walking? The answer is that's probably never happened, right? And the reason for that is because walking is just so primal to us as humans. When we were in our caveman state and we were less human like we are now, we have always been nomadic creatures. We moved around everywhere by foot. We didn't have cars. It took thousands of years for us to learn how to use tools and make boats and stuff like that, but we moved around by foot. If there was a threat here, we would move our tribe here where it's safer. If there's no food here, we would walk over to where there is food. We've always been moving around, meeting new tribes, mingling this way. In the modern age, we are literally glued to a desk for 8 hours a day. We never actually get up, walk around for 15 minutes, go outside, get some vitamin D in your body and in your bloodstream so that you can come back fully recharged. We end up sitting exactly where we are in the same chairs, just scrolling mindlessly and just literally frying our dopamine receptors even more. That's something that each of these CEOs that I mentioned in the beginning of this video does. Steve Jobs, if you know anything about Steve Jobs, he's been known to hold something called walking meetings, where most companies have meetings where everyone is just sitting at their computer, everyone's in this big boardroom. He would have these meetings every day while walking. Mark Zuckerberg has something similar, and it has just been known to walk and brainstorm. Sundar Pichai does something similar from Google, and Elon Musk, that man is crazy. He's always walking around from place to place. Walking is such an amazing recovery tool that can be used to break up large chunks of works in the most healthy way possible. I know for me, pretty much up until 2020, I have been the most lazy, I've been the most stagnant, literally sitting in chairs for pretty much all day long. Been able to improve it since getting onto self-improvement, but now that I have a dog, it's honestly just so much better because I'm forced to walk twice a day, as well as in the middle of the day, kind of spend some time with her outside and like kick around the ball with her and play with her in that sense. That is the most amazing way to recover from hard, deep work, just as a way to get your mind back to an elevated state. The very first thing that you should do is download a pedometer app. Go to the app store as soon as this video ends, download the pedometer app. This tracks how many steps you take in a day, and if you are someone who has never really ever gone on a walk ever and you're just always stagnant, you want to start off with taking 5k steps a day, 5,000 steps. As always, you want to do it without listening to music. Just have your phone with you, just simply as a tracker, and literally just use this time from a break from your work, from everything, completely reset in the most natural way possible. You can do it with other people, it'll be more fun, but try to do it without scrolling on your phone, without listening to music. Use this as a time to either reset, to brainstorm, to think about other stuff. These CEOs, because they're making such large decisions, their brains need to be kind of always recovered and always in the best state possible. They're making such important decisions, and they can also use this time to also brainstorm new ideas to like take their company even further. First thing, download the pedometer app, take 5k steps a day. And in terms of where to do it, if you have large like blocks of time that you usually do work, if it's first thing in the morning, like I said, you work the first 2 hours or 3 hours really deeply. After that, just step outside for literally 15 minutes and just walk around. After lunch, instead of going straight back to your desk, walk around for 5 to 10 minutes. Right after coming home from work, go for another walk for another 10 minutes to 15 minutes. There's so many little gaps in the day where you can easily just walk, and they'll have so much more of an impact on your health than really anything else would. In terms of whatever you think is winding down, watching TV and like playing video games is not winding down. Your brain is going into overdrive when you do these things. When you watch an exciting show, do you think your brain is just sitting there relaxed, like just like your brain's like on a couch just chilling? No, like your brain is like working in overdrive because of what it's seeing. You just go outside for a walk, squeeze in just 10 to 15 minutes multiple times a day. Try to reach that 5k steps a day and notice how much more work you can get done in a day. This is something I just started to implement into my life, mostly after getting a dog, but since self-improvement. But since getting a dog, it's been so much easier, and my mind feels so much more refreshed when I'm able to break my day up into little segments that are meant for taking breaks. With that being said, I hope you got a ton of value from this video, and if you did, I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.